Hey guys, Jadelight Magic here, just with two quick updates about this wonderful Hippos with Swords deck. It has glaring weaknesses, obviously it can get just destroyed by too much control, and it doesn't have board wipes, which is a little bit rough under certain circumstances, especially with swarm decks. But I will say, I've been playing this at FNM, and I've been playing probably about 50 to 100 matches online with it, and it does win. I mean, it's not as dominant as Gravity Bomb or Combat Specialist 2. I think I won FNM 10 times with those decks. It's insane. The power of those decks was overwhelming. But I would say I won 75 to 80% of matches with this overall, which is not bad, obviously. And it cost under 100. It was a little pricey. Jadelights are insane. Rhonas ain't cheap either, but it's not nuts. Forebears, Blackblade, and Kamahl and Oviya, those are pretty cheap. Channelers are a couple bucks, so... Ghalta's a couple bucks. It's nothing too special. I just ended up spending quite a bit on this, really. So what did I change? Well, it turns out not being able to remove your opponent's creatures was way more of a problem than I thought. I thought, well, I'm just going to be swinging with giant, 10-10 tramplers and 12-12 tramplers. They're going to have to block eventually. It doesn't matter how good the creature is. Mine are bigger, which is true, but it's a timing thing. And it's like, oh, they have a flying thing, or, oh, they have this one that has this horrible ability. You can't swing unless you pay one, stuff like that. Just, you need to be able to remove specific individual creatures. So I added in Nature's Way. Okay, here, this card's insane, and it's 25 cents. So 2-cost sorcery, target creature you control gains vigilance and trample until end of turn, which is huge in this deck. Huge. And it deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. So it's not a true force fight, it's just, here, have some damage. Boom, you wiped it out. And with all the swords, forebears, and all that are in this deck, you could strap that to a 1/1 Llanowar Elf, and then boom, 4 damage to target opponent with Nature's Way. So I love this. I wish I could put 8 in. So I kind of did. In the sideboard, we got Rabid Bite. Now, in my sideboard, I've got 4 because I built it differently, mostly because I don't have Heroic Intervention, and they're too damn expensive. And nobody around me plays board wipes. But this is a Welcome Deck 2017 card, but you'd probably find it as a Shadows over Innistrad common, and then you'll have to explain to people it is still legal, and it turns into a whole thing. I really wish Wizards wouldn't do that. And they didn't change the artwork either. It's so lazy. But it's the same thing, but without the Trample and Vigilance. It's cost 2 and then deals damage equal to its power. So... it's just nice, and honestly, I put this in the place of Plummet because, this will obviously take out a flyer if you have a big enough creature on the field. If you don't, you should have mulliganed, honestly. Then we got Heroic, that's just a saver. Then we got Hope of Girapur that's still in there. It's a flying 1-cost legendary. Obviously, it's a Blackblade thing. If they're running a fast deck or tons of removal, I'll just pull Ghalta and put this in because it's a legendary, it's faster, it's cheaper, it's earlier. Then we got Heaven, I don't know, just in case they're running flyers, honestly. Between Nature's Way and Rabid Bite, you probably got it. And then Oviya, same thing as Hope of Girapur. This is they're running flyers, or, their deck's too fast. So a 1-cost legendary, and it's also counter swarm, where you can swarm too by creating servos and reasonably large constructs. And you get to 5 really quick. So I love Oviya. She's the star of the deck, but everybody knows the actual star of the deck is Marwyn. So what did I take out to put in Nature's Way? That's the question. Because this deck list was so stupidly tight, I was never happy with it. This deck honestly just needs to be 70 cards, but obviously I'm not going to do that. That was just, it would diffuse the density of the blades, which would be stupid, because a bladeless game is really whack. You gotta lean on Oviya then, basically. So I got rid of the Ripjaw Raptors, because they were kind of high cost. They were big, they were 4/5, that was cool. But they weren't legendary, and people would just never hit them. They would either let them through or they wouldn't swing into it. I don't know what it was. I never got any cards off it. So remove 2 of those. And then Vizier. Okay, Vizier in the Menagerie. That did lower the price of the deck by removing them, so that's cool. But they let you look at the top card of your deck whenever you want, and if it's a creature, you play it. It's a junior version of Feed, Rishkars, and Kamahls. It was just, I'm going to draw a bunch of stuff. I'm going to cast 2, 3, 4 things in a row. Yay. And it was an outlet for large amounts of mana. Just didn't need it. We've got 8 cards right here that do that. So it just, that's what I had to kick out. It's not like they didn't belong in the deck or they were a mistake. It's just, this is better. I need to remove, 5/5 flyers. I have to do it. So, that's the only change. And this has been winning way, way, way more with it. It's just, board wipe, hyper control, and swarm. It doesn't tend to win. It has a okay chance of winning against Saproling Swarm. It's just that deck's so fast. If you go first, you probably got it. And remember, this deck's all about trample, so you can still win. It's just I'd give this the slight disadvantage. But against something that's like blue-white, hyper draw controlled, board wipe, you're still gonna lose. But what the hell can beat that? Just more control, the same deck. I don't know. So it is what it is. Those are the changes. So if you're still going to build this, I think it's like $50-$60, something like that, tops. And that's if you literally had like none of these cards. I feel like it's even cheaper now, maybe. I think even like Channelers are pretty low now, and Blackblades are nothing, Forebears are nothing. Rhonas isn't that high. Jadelights are. Those are insane. But yeah, I mean, it's cheap and it wins and it's fun. I could probably build a better deck. I mean, it'd probably be white-green Shana Flood with Huatli. That just looks like a better deck to me. Don't know why nobody's playing it that I saw. But it looks good. So I might build that in the future, but I have a feeling it'll be like $200. I'm not actually going to build it in paper. I don't have that kind of money sitting around. So this is just fun. I mean, yeah, like I said, I could build a better deck than this. It's just this is cheap and it wins. So you'll win some packs with this. You might even get a first place finish. It's good enough. It's just not, astonishingly perfect. And that's good enough for me. So, like I said, if it looks fun, feel free to build it. And if you already built it, put in Nature's Way. Trust me, just do it. It just, no matter who you're playing against, you're going to get a benefit out of it. It's just a better card. So I wanted to update it. It's that important of a change that I wanted to update this list 2 weeks later. So look at the full deck list in the description, and I will see you guys next video.